Very simple, very simple. You just hit each very simple, you just hit each, very simple. Oh my god, this sentence isn't very simple. What's up guys, Ubosa here, spell how it sounds, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we're talking about training. Now I've shown you a few of my sessions now, but I haven't really spoken about what I'm doing, what's best for me, what potentially you should be doing. There's so much information out there, it can be really confusing, especially if you're newer to the gym, you're just starting out, you're not 100% sure what to do. So I thought I would talk through some of the potential options that you can do, some of the plans that you could look at doing. So I think the first thing you need to nail down really is how many days you want to train. There's so many different plans that have different days, so if you nail down how much you want to train first, at least to start out with, you can amend it later on. It's going to give you a clearer indication of what you need to do. The reason for that is you're going to try and train each body part more than once. So the number of days you want to train is going to dictate the kind of program that you want to do. So most people will either be looking at a 3, 4, 5, sometimes even a 6-day split with their training. If you're newer to the gym, I would say stick to 3 or 4. Maybe if you're more advanced, you can stick to 4 or 5. And as I said, we're going to be trying to hit each body part at least twice during the week. The reason for this is, as natural athletes anyway, so i.e. someone who's not taking steroids, you can't stimulate the muscle enough once a week to initiate any sort of long-term growth. You might get some results in the short term, especially if you're new to training, but it's going to be much better to hit the muscle groups multiple times a week. People on steroids can go in the gym, smash arms for 2 hours like absolute maniacs once a week and be fine and absolutely get sick results. But for the rest of us, we have to be a bit smarter in our approach. So with that in mind, you have to be really careful about how you plan out. So if you're going to train 3 days a week, they obviously all need to be full body splits. Otherwise, you're never ever going to be able to do each muscle twice. A 3-day split would look something like full body rest, full body rest, full body rest. Very simple, you're training everything 3 times a week, so obviously you're hitting body parts 3 times a week. If you want to train 4 times a week, you can split it into upper, lower, with obviously rest days thrown in. And then when you're getting into 5 and 6, you're getting into sort of push-pull leg setup. So that would look something like push, pull, legs, rest, and then an upper and a lower. Or if you want to train 6 days like a sicko, push, pull, legs, rest, push, pull, legs. There are tons of examples of these workouts all over the place, so if one of them sounds like it's going to be appropriate for you, then you can just look it up. Now, exactly the same applies here with what I said about the diet. It doesn't matter what you do, it has to be right for you. Something that works for someone else might not work for you. It's no good copying some jack dude's diet who's training 7 days a week plus 6 cardio sessions. You're never gonna do it. You're not gonna do it. It's about adherence, exactly the same as the diet. You need to pick something that you can stick to. Too many people start unrealistic programs and give up in 2 months, 3 months, a year, however long it is, they quit. Start slow, start simple, and you can just build up from there if and when you need to, or if you just stay the same if you're happy with it. Adherence. Adhere to it. Adherence. Adherence! There's a phrase, it's like do something 262 times and it will become a habit. Just do it. That's definitely not the phrase at all. Not even close. So for me personally, I play rugby as well, so I have to really sort of tailor my program, making sure I can fit my training and my games in as well as my gym work. So I do a sort of modified push-pull legs, but only 5 days a week. So I basically have a hybrid between a hypertrophy and a strength plan. This is just personal preference because while I like seeing results in the way I look, I also like seeing results in my strength with the numbers going up, the bench going up, the deadlift going up. That's a really nice feeling to me. So the way my split will work is you'll have an upper body power, a lower body power, and then the same again, a push-pull legs, hypertrophy. So it's a hybrid between strength and hypertrophy. This is a weird concept to some people. People don't seem to get it, but it works really well for me. So on a power day, I'll lift really heavy in the 3 to 5 rep range. And then on a hypertrophy day, it will be more of a traditional sort of bodybuilder type workout, trying to get a good pump, mind muscle connection, all that good stuff. I just find this gives a really nice balance to the way that I want to train at least. And obviously I'm hitting every muscle twice. So in my upper body power day, I'll do some sort of heavy chest work, and I'll also have a chest day later in the week where I'll concentrate more on hypertrophy. Hypertrophy. Americans, honestly, super weird. Aluminum. Anyway, today is upper body power day. People who have trained with me over the years, it quickly becomes your favorite day. I don't know why, it just does. I think it's nice having a variety, and you get variety in a full body workout or in an upper lower workout as well, but upper body power. upper body power. So training montage obviously incoming, but one thing I want to point out is I know that on these fitness videos that there can tend to be some form police. Form police, get out. We don't want you here. You worry about yourself, not worrying about how other people are lifting. But on a real, upper body power, form can be sacrificed a little bit. That doesn't mean we're going to be doing bicep curls like this, but you know, if you're doing a bicep curl and you're lifting heavy weight, if you want to just a little bit of body movement, you know, a little bit of body motion just to help you up. You're lifting heavy ass weight, man. And that's kind of why I like splitting the week up as well. Because you have one day where, you know, form can go out the window a little bit, and other day where you're strict as hell, everything's slow and everything's squeezed. I'm not a scientist, I have no degree, I'm just saying what works for me. You can do your own thing. Now I'm sure as I'm talking, the music is rising, the volume is getting louder, and inevitably, when the drop comes, the training will start.
Rush through barricades, levitate, got it tatted on me, told them follow me, they see the vision, now it's 2020, clear as tile laces, clear as day, no longer move around in fear, disarray, pray you hear me like the winter wind against your window pane, feel the bass, baby soak it in and let it marinate, it's time to hustle, gotta muscle up and run through barricades, yeah.
I got their opinions, and I got mine. I used to care what you said about me. Now I ain't got the time. Taking on me, take a seat, it's okay. Start again, touch, see if you know me. Still about the love, nothing's changed. Gotta play that game. 'Cause we're running out of time. So I gotta make
Did I mention how happy I am that it's not too hot anymore? Yeah. So back from the gym, it's a little bit later on now. Really happy with how that went today. Obviously I'm still trying to get back into the swing of things, so to be able to hit the 180 deadlift that I do, and the dumbbells, I think last week for the bench press I did like 30 or 32. I think we got up over 40 today. I think we were 42.5 for 5 reps or something like that. So yeah, progress is happening. One thing to take away from some of that workout today, I think would be good to tell you guys, is throughout the session I was trying to listen to my body, and what I mean by that is if I was getting the sort of niggling pain, not like this is working and this is hurting in a nice way because I'm working the muscle hard and I'm tired, but for example on the pull-ups towards the end I was getting a sort of like twinging in my bicep. That's obviously a different pain to my lats being sore because I'm doing pull-ups. If your lats are sore because you're doing pull-ups, you can push through that because you're trying to work the lats, but if you're getting pain in your bicep, it might be an idea that your body's not quite there yet for this set, and you should probably think about stopping at the end of the set or stopping as soon as you feel that pain. These things happen when you're getting back into training. Your body is not used to training the way your mind remembers you training. Don't get disheartened and don't think that you have to come in and do crazy volume. I've seen people returning to the gym at the minute and they're going in doing insane amounts of volume. Like, I'm watching people train and they're doing exactly the same things that they were doing before lockdown. Like crazy weight, crazy amount of sets with crazy sort of intensity techniques thrown in throughout. One of the key bits of advice that I've seen from some of the people that I watch on YouTube is that you want to make the most amount of progress on the least amount of work possible. If you're always making maximum progress off the least amount, then you've got a mountain to climb always. If you hit a plateau, you can increase. If you then hit another plateau, you can increase. If you come back in the gym on day one and you could bench press 100 kg and you do 100 kg for as many reps as you can do, and you do that for 8 sets, then where do you go from there? The next week, to make any progress, you're gonna have to do another 8 sets with 102 kg or 105 kg, at which point you're pushing yourself past the sort of limits that you can do. Or you're gonna have to do 9 sets or 10 sets. It's just madness. You're gonna end up in the gym for 2 hours and you're gonna hit plateaus all the time. So you wanna make as much progress on the least amount of volume as possible. That can also be applied to diet as well. Essentially, it's the same thing. You just wanna make, again, the most amount of progress on the least amount of calorie change possible. So you wanna go up by, say, 50 calories, lose as much fat as possible or gain as much muscle as possible before you then go up or down again. Just something to think about for those of you who are getting back in the gym. It's not always about going in and doing 100 sets like some sort of absolute monster. Work smarter, not harder, yeah? In fact, no, work hard and smart. Do them both together. That's the ideal. If you have any questions about my workout, how it can be applied to you, anything, please put it in the comments below. I've really been enjoying making these videos, so hopefully you've been enjoying watching them, been loving the feedback in the comments, so keep it up, and hopefully I will catch you guys in the next one in a bit.